Hey everyone, Mr. Gray 3IS here, and I'm back with another video. First off, some awesome things have happened since the last video I posted. Number one, I finally had a video surpass 100,000 views on YouTube. It is my best first mods video. I'm so glad I made that video. It kind of just sums up all the mods that I think are the best ones to do first. Number two, we have reached 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. It is crazy. Your support is unmatched and I truly appreciate it. This is pretty much a dream come true. So thank you guys so much. We're actually at 6,100 right now. So it is great. Y'all's continuous support is amazing and thank you so much. Now on camera, it might not look like it, but my car is a little bit dirty right now, so don't mind that. But today we got a pretty interesting install. We're gonna be installing a new PCV valve. So this is the part number right here for the 200T, but there is a different one out there for the V6 model, and I'll go ahead and put the part number for that in the description too. Now you might be asking yourself, what does this part do? Or a lot of you that might be watching this video are probably looking for how to install this part, so you already know. But pretty much this part is a valve, it's a one-way valve, and it keeps harmful vapors from getting inside of the engine. Now, some common symptoms if your PCV valve is bad is smoke coming out of your exhaust pipe, rough idle, maybe oil on your spark plugs, but thankfully, none of that is the case for me, but this is just one of those preventative maintenance things that I'm going to be doing. Now, believe it or not, this is actually a maintenance item. Manufacturers do recommend to replace this, even Lexus. Most manufacturers actually recommend to replace it every 30,000 miles. So it's really not the worst idea to replace, and it's only like 10 bucks from Lexus. Of course, I'll put a link for it in the description like usual. I'll also link the V6 one, just in case that's you, but let's get to it. And speaking of preventative maintenance, I actually just did one more preventative maintenance service here recently. I replaced my transmission fluid. I am at 63,000-ish miles and I replaced it and it is super smooth. It was already pretty smooth before, but it's even smoother now. This valve, of course, since it's part of the engine, it's under the hood and it's in kind of a sneaky location. So I'll go ahead and show you right now. Now, first thing first, I'm gonna go ahead and pop the hood. Boom, here we go. This is my engine bay. It might look similar to a lot of you who's watching right now. This is the HPS cold air intake, and this is the Megan Racing strut bar. That's some airlift stuff, so don't worry about that. Now, I was looking all around for this because there's no forum or video or anything out here on how to change it for the 200T. There's stuff out there for the V6, but not for the inline 4 turbo model. So I'm like looking all around because the V6's one is kind of right here if this was the V6 motor. So I'm looking, and it is actually under the engine cover. So it is like right there. Now, of course, mine is covered by the strut bar. So, hey, look at that. I went ahead and already loosened her up. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is just kind of lift it up, pop my engine cover off, and I'll show you right where it is. All right, engine cover is off. It looks a lot less pretty, but more messy. And you might be able to tell, it looks kind of similar. Yeah, thankfully it is orange. The one for the V6 is like just a bare metal like that. So it was pretty easy to point out and locate. It's right there. Now, as you can tell, there's a spot for a wrench or a socket right there. That is a 22mm wrench or socket. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is pull this guy off, and then we'll get to removing that. All right, I used some pliers, squozed that guy, and slid it back. Now, pro tip, keep this squoze while you're pulling it, or else if you kind of release it here and then try and pull it without it being squozed, then it's not gonna come off. So as you can see, that is a new part right here. The black part is where it is green there. It's just slightly different, but we're gonna go ahead and take the 22, pop it on a socket, and get this guy off of there. Okay, it is off. My socket's on it right here. As you can see, it's a little oily, and it smells like oil too. And yeah, so there's no thread sealant on it. You just go ahead and screw your new one in. Now, looking at other forums, it does seem like these get about 20 foot-pounds torque spec, but I mean, you'll feel how tight it is when you take it off. So I would just tighten it back to that. You might not need to do a 20 foot-pound spec with an actual torque wrench. Go ahead and put the new one on, pop your line back on, and you're done. Now, it's really a simple preventative maintenance install, and that's it. We are all back together. It's actually funny, this little tube that you slide back on gives a pretty satisfying click, like a pop when you put it back on, so you'll know it's on. But pretty easy, pretty simple. Put the engine cover on and we're back in business. Back together, install is done, and the car will last a lifetime. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward install, super easy. I hope this helped you guys. I couldn't find a video when I was trying to find just a location of where it goes and how to do it and whatnot. If you want to follow me on Instagram, this is the first time you're seeing my video, please feel free to give me a follow at gray_3IS. I'm always on there. Feel free to ask any question you might like. Feel free to just say hi, send me pictures of your car, whatever you want. I'm a friendly guy. I'm always willing to chat and say hi or whatever. Other than that, thank you for watching. This has been Mr. Gray 3IS, and I'll see you in the next one.